Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced, well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt toward Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. The 2 beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistened. A gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand, However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow, but Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome head separated from their owner. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped up the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into a slumber. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukiyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukiyomi, the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds. Speak the words, I wish darkness upon the world. Utter that prayer onto me, and unleash my power. horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. Wood sprites, Sakuya. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such a calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu, now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Okami Amaterasu. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demons so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Sleepy time. Amaterasu? Gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon. But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please, use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? Phew, what on earth? You again? Ow, 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 ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I am a wandering artist. The name's Issun. Wandering artist, Issun. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. This text sucks. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? What's with you, furball? Look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. Got it. You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Munch. Whoa! What do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Issun. Don't make me use my prized sword at Denkomaru against you. Whoa, what's that growling sound? And why is it so dark anyway? Oh, great god Amaterasu. I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. The trees returned to normal, huh? That Sakia girl sure said some weird stuff. The villager spirits are being kept inside the fruit. That's the fruit. That girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. No kidding. Welcome to Okami! Something I've been planning for a while and did not expect that would get a sequel announced before I covered the game. Really worked out in my favor, huh? Starting off, the text sucks at the very beginning. Yes, I know. It will die down actually very soon. You'll be able to do fast text here soon. If you're wondering what I'm playing on, I am playing on the PC version due to issues with my capture card, but I'll get into the struggles I had just trying to record this damn video. Where are we? We got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the right pad to look around. And yes, changes of view. Boy, you really look helpless. You sure you're gonna be okay? So, oh right, I gotta change. You can't change this before you play the game. Reverse this. It starts with left is right and right is left. Yeah, now it's good. Good. So yeah, as L2 does the map, you can look at the map. I'm gonna refer to PlayStation controls because that's what I know best. And you can press L1 to give a bigger camera view. For those who are not aware of what Okami is, think of it basically like Twilight Princess, but you're always a wolf. Think of it like that. There's more to it though. Twilight Princess is kind of a weird analogy for this. That's an origin mirror. They say once your reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Well, to put it shortly, you can save your progress here. And let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. That way, you could always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially while you're still learning the ropes. You would be a really good guide for Persona games. So, as you can see here, I had a failed recording. Let's override the failure. Made it in record time, at least. Yeah, so, I guess to explain something real quick. If you're following along and you are playing the PC version, and for whatever reason you're wanting to record or whatever, there is a weird bug that, I don't know how... It's related to USB devices that are plugged into the system and all that. Basically what happens is that Okami does it. It will cause your audio to crackle with your microphone, and I spent like an hour trying to figure out how to do it. I won't put the link in the description or anything, but there is a GitHub file to if you want to explore that option if you're going to plan on recording this yourself. Just know I went through a lot of pain to try to get that to work. And yeah, stupid. Look at all those pots just waiting to be broken. If you bust them, there might be something good inside. Press X to bust them, yes. So, oh yeah, you can bork with the circle. If you're wondering how I'm doing the fast text, way to go, my furry friend. You can do that anytime you see something you can break. Yes, and you get money, which is actually yen. We are in the land of Japan/Nippon, after all. But yeah, if you want to know how I'm doing the fast text, at least on PlayStation, you just hold the circle button when the text box appears. That is how you do that. And yeah, you can dash. This is all, your bash is also your dash, so when you hold the square button, you can start doing a dash over time. Makes things really quick. Heading over here. Whoa, hold on there, Furball. Get a load of that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's go check it out. Getting up that high ought to be a piece of cake. Press A to jump, then press A again to wall jump. But make sure you press it firmly. Firmly press it. Yes. So, you have your standard jump. You jump pretty friggin' high for a wolf. And you can do wall jumps, just like Mario. I knew you could do it. They say good luck is found in high places. So, keep your eyes peeled. I did not mean to do that text. So, I do recommend breaking pots as you see them. It's not imperative. The pots do respawn over time, just like Zelda, so I'm going to refer to a lot of things going back to Zelda games because this game is heavily inspired by Zelda. So, we get a Holy Bone! Amaterasu's favorite snack. Restores 3 units of solar energy. Solar energy is your health. We'll see our health bar in a little bit. And if this first video is very long, it is because Tutorial City. Looks like the bridge is out. This shouldn't be so hard. Amaterasu, was it? That's kind of long. Mind if I call you Ami? Listen, Ami, ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just watch. It'll take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Obligatory brush techniques. That is overkill, buddy. A lot of ink wasted. Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called rejuvenation. It's one of the many brush techniques that uses divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. I practice really hard just to master this one technique. But there are 13. Each one is a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell within objects all around us, but god or no god, how can anyone have the power to master all 13? Hinting much. Now, one thing I will mention, and it's in the settings. One thing I have changed is in display. It is not display. Is it original? Or no, I just saw it. I'm stupid. Filter. What this is referring to is, I'll put it on heavy for a second, just to demonstrate. Yeah, you see this like weird parchment looking background that's like overlaying everything? You can see it the most on Amaterasu here. That is what the filter is referring to, and personally, I don't like it. I always go on light because I like seeing things in a better, I don't know, it's a lot more clear. It's still there, but it's, you know, it's a lot better than heavy. Unless if you guys want me to change the filter, I am not going to mess with it because I honestly just don't like how the filter looks. Break these pots. River of the Heavens. The River of the Heavens? They mean the fabled Stardust River? But I sure don't see anything like that around here. It couldn't be that little puddle over there, could it? Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, this play, and I will constantly say this throughout the game, this game is beautiful. It's a very, I mean, Okami is one of the reasons that video games have been determined to be a work of art more than just dumb fun. This game is amazing. I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey, look. Are those stars forming a pattern, or is it just me? There's one missing. Guess I'll just have to draw the missing star. You suck. Looks like I'm just not ready for drawing missing stars. Press RB to, yes. Yeah, sure spent a heck of a lot of time practicing that. So, R1 for PlayStation players, and square to draw in whatever you want. Draw in the star. Why if it isn't Mother Amaterasu? I apologize for not contacting you sooner during these long years. Having never forgotten you, I, Yomigami, God of Restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could again meet. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered across this land of men and now lie in disarray. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all of the techniques. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of stardust. Wow, that was Yomigami, the god of rejuvenation. Wait, so you have the power of rejuvenation now? Can you really use it to restore the river of the heavens? That would mean you're as good as a brush as yours truly. Nah, it couldn't be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique? Me, myself, and I. Also, cool thing, the constellation stays in the sky, which is so cool. This game is beautiful, man. I love Okami. I love Okami. Once you play it once, you just fall in love with it. And I know what this is. We just saw it. Yes, drawing in the thing. There's no way you can pull off a stunt like that. Yeah. I want to break these pots. For some reason, they respawn, and I don't know why. Like I said, though, this episode is probably going to be a very long one because there's a lot of tutorial city and yammering, so I'm just trying to get all of it out of the way. Starting off here, we have the dried riverbed. With the power of rejuvenation, we can restore this lake bed. And I actually recommend filling it all in because it actually does track if you fill it all in or not. Whoa! The River of Stardust! So this really must be the River of the Heavens. But what I really want to know is who the heck drew the darn thing? Me, buddy. So you can swim. And in this case, there is no swim meter because the Stardust is, I don't know, floating water? I don't know. Am I able to go across that? No, I have to draw it. As I said, it will make sure. I'm going to draw in the whole thing just to make sure. The nice thing is that when you jump, you actually pause time when you go into your brush mode. So it gives you plenty of time on what you need to do when you're, well, drawing. And that looks really weird, but it is what it is. Chest. Boink. Astral pouch. Look what you found for a ball. This astral pouch here is amazing. It can swallow up lots of food. Then when it's full, it can revive its owner if he or she dies. Let's start feeding it whatever food we can find around here. So the astral pouch kind of works as a refillable revival system. When you max out your astral pouch, it turns into a revive in case you die. You got an apple. I believe this gives you, yep, a peach. Different foods give different amounts towards your astral pouch. Honestly, you get so much food in this game, you never really need to use it, and this game is not hard, so it's unlikely that you will die. Welcome to this side. And, oh my god, this game is pretty. I know I'll keep saying that, but god, this game is pretty. So just like Zelda games, Okami is one of those games that has a lot of collectibles to, well, collect. And one such collectible is right around these trees here. If we head over to the right, there is a chest that you can easily miss. Stray bead. Think of these as gold sculptulas from Ocarina of Time. We are collecting all 100 of these things, and technically there's not 100, but yeah. Throughout the main game, there are 99 to collect. The one is a different thing entirely. So we'll talk more about stray beads once we get to that point, but just keep in mind we are collecting every stray bead in the game. That is a thing. So, there you go. Breaking more pot. I thought there was a pot back here. Okay, I guess not. More pot break. I found some dumplings in a pot, yeah. Who cooked them and put them in a pot? Whatever. Heading up the stairs here. Very, very pretty. I'll keep saying that because this game is beautiful. And I'm very excited for a sequel. Is this the legendary shrine? It must be in the cave of Nagi. The legendary hero Nagi is enshrined here. He vanquished evil 100 years. Okay, I didn't mean to click that. First the River of Heavens, and now this place. Where the heck are we, Furball? Boy, this place is a wreck. See? That sword's in really bad shape. The gods sure didn't do much to protect this place. No kidding. So, his sword is missing. Let's fill it in. that really was your brushwork all this time. How did you get so good? Exactly who are you anyways? Hey, look, there's another constellation. This one looks like a mouse. Draw in the missing star. How are you fitting that in your pocket? Well, 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 if it isn't Mother Amaterasu. It's been a long time, but with all these monsters around, the only place I could hide was in this shrine dedicated to ancient heroes. If there's anything I can do to assist you in your endeavors, I'm at your service. Make good use of the sword, as it was designed to conquer evil. Hey, that was the god Tachigami, master of the power slash technique. He's also the god of rending. Wait a minute. If you're getting all these powers, then you're just like that Shiranui. You know, the wolf who fought and died alongside the great Nagi. When Shiranui died, the wolf's power was split into the 13 brush gods. This is crazy. Shiranui and Nagi? This is just like the legend. Well, anyway, I've never seen the power slash technique myself. How about showing yourself off at that boulder over there? Let me see you slice it in half by drawing a single line. I won't believe it till I see it. So the thing with brush, you can see how slow it naturally moves. If you hold X, it will drastically increase the speed, which is really helpful, especially for power slashes if you just want to get a quick slash in, such as so. Wow. I didn't think you had it in your Furball. I'm not even in the same league as you. Guess I really overestimated myself. Hey, Furball. Amaterasu. I made up my mind. If you're Shiranui reborn, then that means you can master all 13 techniques, right? In that case, I think I'll tag along until I'm as good as you. Lucky you. Please no. It's no use trying to change my mind. There's no stopping me once I've made a decision. But enough about me. Now you've mastered the power slash, you can cut down that thing Sakia was talking about. Let's get back and give it a shot. So oh great, I forgot too that once that ends, you get the crazy taxi arrow. Talking more about Nagi and all that, this game heavily relies upon the Shinto mythology of, well, Japan. For example, in this case, Nagi is referring to Izanagi, one of basically the founding deity of all of Shinto mythology. As for, well, Shiranui is kind of just, well, we already know the gist. It's the god that lost all the powers that we're hunting after. And Amaterasu is another Shinto god. Generally, Amaterasu is the god of the sun. But in this case, well, I'm going to say she, but technically Amaterasu doesn't have a gender in this case. In this case, we're just a reincarnated Shiranui. Slash them! Overkill. So there you go. It's pretty cool. We'll talk more about the whole Izanagi thing later, but for right now, just know that Izanagi was a founding deity. And hello, friends! Where'd they come from? Ah, whatever. Draw first and ask questions later, right? You know that divine instrument you have on your back? Well, press the X button to use the power against it. Yes. You can... Oh, God. You can attack. You can also attack in the air. And, yes, you can do a stun attack, but I am not doing that. I'm ignoring Issun in this case. What you want to do is once the one dies, every enemy has their own weakness and a thing called a floral finish. Once you see a bunch of petals come out of an enemy that just recently died, in this case, you want to power slash. That is the floral finish for green imps. Every time you do a floral finish, you will obtain a demon fang. At least most enemies will. Demon fangs are very important for items later. You will need these. You just dodged my stuff. So the weapon we're using right now is called a reflector. This is a very basic attack. It's just you smack a shield around. There you go. Along with that, you have ink pots. That is your gauge on how many brush techniques you can use one after another, and I screwed up on time. I was explaining too many things. You are also graded on the amount of time and how much damage you take in battle. There is no I got a gourd. There's no experience in this game, at least not in the traditional sense. Experience is tied to a different thing entirely. The only thing you gain from battles are demon fangs if you go for 4 finishers, and money if you do the fights quickly and with very little damage. I can show here too. You can use power slash wherever you want. Pretty cool. I know, very explanation heavy. We're gonna be done with a lot of the tutorial stuff anyways, so we're just trying to knock things down. Can I don't think I can slash these. I slashed the tree. Okay. Get used to accidentally slashing things you don't mean to slash. Speaking of slashing, heading through this gates, we have another fight. More green imps. And I want to hit you once so I can power slash you. So yeah, green imps are generally weak to power slash and will have a floral finish from power slash. So, pretty simple. Yeah, got the time bonus that time. Not that it really matters, but we have it. Now that we're done here, we're heading back to the River of the Heavens. And another reason I'm playing this on PC, load times, while this game is available basically on any console, for whatever reason, at least in my case with the PS5, it still has a weird long loading time. It's like 5 or 6 seconds for loading, which, yeah, it doesn't sound bad in context compared to the original game, but I don't know. I want that fast loading time, man. Gotta love the power of solid-state drives. So, you can see as well that all of the pots have returned. And I can show you real quick what happens if you use up all your ink pots. Yep, you turn into a naked wolf. It's really funny. And you have to wait till your 3 ink pots recharge before you can get your stuff back. So yeah, it's a little cooldown time. It's to incentivize you to not just spam all of your ink abilities, or your brush abilities, I should say. You are limited by that factor. So, now that we have basically started the game, and we can actually save right here, now that we've done all that, we've gotten 2 powers just in this one video, and started the game off. I'm going to end things off here with a beautiful constellation in the background. So, next time on Okami, we're going to be making it back to Sakia's tree, and cutting down the fruit that we've been trying to cut down this entire time. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.